page 108. Something shifted inside me. In that instant, I never felt more confident, complete, safe, wanted. I belonged. Here was a man in pain, far away from his home and bees, who had just cheated death, yet exuded the brightest courage I'd ever seen. Here was a woman who had only known life's rough edges, yet showed more courage than most men. Here was a brother who trembled watching horror flicks, but was raring to go against the dreaded mafia because they had tortured his friend. Who was I to stop that birth? Who was I to question the ferocity of an unlikely yet determined force? They say when a highly unlikely event occurs, all bets are off. The naysayers take a holiday and the pigs fly. Stones bleed and the rivers surge. Phoenixes rise and the sun doesn't care in which direction it sets. They were right. All bets were off.
I've always loved writing. I've always indulged in writing. Right from school days, I've been the editor of magazines and wrote on social media. And I think it's an art that I loved, and I've developed it over the years. And when I felt that I had a story in me to share with the world, that's when I wrote my first book called The Unprodigal. That was a long time back, 6 years back. So and then as you write more, as you love your art more, I think you spend more time being a student of that art, right? You understand how can you be a better writer, the science behind storytelling. And I think the second book, which I wrote in 2020, and I finished it in probably 4 or 5 months, and it was just lying there because I could not really get it to editing and life took over or whatever. The journey has been that of a student. I think the more you are humble and the more you know that you will always be a student, that teaches you the art. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so it was recently launched on Amazon for pre-orders, and it's now officially available on Amazon. It's available in bookstores. Rupa Publications has published it, and I'm sure, being the strong publication house that they will be distributing the books and having them placed in different bookstores. But it's also available online, like I said. It's available on Amazon. What was the other question? See, the basic theme of the book, like I mentioned earlier, is about how your struggles and challenges shape you. The choices when you're faced against a hard battle in front of you, how do you decide what to do? What are your decisions? What are your choices? Does that struggle, or fires as I call them, those fires, does that create you or break you? Does that mold you stronger, or does that melt you? And based on that, can you make those challenges your own and become that and be stronger than that, right? So the theme of the book is, and you'll see all the characters in the book are about making right choices and wrong choices. We are human beings. We'll never make all choices which are the right ones. We will make wrong choices, but how do you overcome that? How do you overcome the fires that you burn in? And how do you become that fire by staying true to yourself? Each character in the book is like that and goes through that fire to evolve, to transform, to become something bigger and stronger and larger. It's unreal. It's surreal, if I can call it that, because I never thought, 20 years back, that two of my kids sitting right in front of me would be talking the way that they talked about the story, about the book. I mean, I had tears in my eyes, and likely, any father would. It is one of the most beautiful memories of my life, which I'll take to my grave. So, thank you.